Jai Opetaia versus David Nyika. 12 rounds in the cruiserweight division, 200-pound division. It's taking place on Wednesday. This is for Opetaia's IBF cruiserweight title. Let's get into it. Happy New Year to everybody. Hope the holidays treated you well. Let's get into this one, man. Let's start with their respective records. Opetaia, 26 wins, no losses, 20 wins by way of knockout. Nyika, 10 wins, no losses, 9 wins by way of knockout. Now, personally, this is the first I'm kind of hearing about Nyika personally, right? This is a big step up fight for him, man. However, at one point, Opetaia was kind of in that same type of category. It was a step up fight for him when he fought Marius Briedis and he rose to the occasion. So perhaps Nyika can do the same thing. He's a big man, right? I'm talking 6'6", right? That's crossing over to that heavyweight division. Opetaia is 6'2", so the height difference is going to be very noticeable. And he's also got the reach advantage over Opetaia. Now, can he use those things to his advantage? Well, those are things that we're going to find out on the night when they get into the ring. But when you see Nyika, man, he's an imposing figure. Like when you see him inside of the ring, he's big, he looks strong, right? He's powerful. He's got that nice right hand, goes to the body pretty decently. He looks imposing when you're looking at it from the eye test. And you got to give him respect, right? He's won most of his fights by way of knockout, so you would have to assume that the man can punch. And when you watch some of his fights, you see that there is power there. You see that he puts together decent combinations, right? He's not as quick as Opetaia. The footwork is not as good as Opetaia either, but he can move a little bit, right? He's a very patient fighter. He's taking his time, especially in his last fight when he fought Tommy Karpency, which we'll get into very, very soon here. But just from my initial eye test and from what I've seen in the videos that I've watched of Nyika, man, I think he's a pretty decent fighter. I think he's a pretty solid fighter, but I do think he's still a little bit raw at the same time. Now, when his last fight against Tommy Karpency, man, a fight that he won, third round stoppage, I thought he looked pretty good throughout that fight, right? His power showed, his body work was really good, very accurate, very sharp. He was kind of taking what was given to him early until the right opening came. But I also noticed whenever Karpency came forward and let his hands go against Nyika, man, he covered up, yes, but he also didn't move his feet. Right? And a guy like Jai Opetaia who knows how to change angles and put himself in better positions to get his shots off, that's going to pose a big problem for the 6'6" cruiserweight in Nyika, man. He's got to be careful. You cannot be a sitting duck against someone who knows how to put together a variety of different punches from different angles and put some power and steam on it. But the great thing about coming in undefeated for Nyika, man, is that you do not know how to lose yet. We haven't seen him lose. So the confidence-wise, it's there. I'm saying, he's not coming down to lay down by no means. Now, I personally think, man, I think this is Jai Opetaia's time, man. I've said it before and I've said it again. I think he is the best cruiserweight fighter in the sport today. And I think he can give a bunch of these heavyweights some problems as well, too. We've seen a long enough sample size over the recent years to know what Jai Opetaia is about. He's tough. He's got a level of grit. He this is a guy that you have to completely take him out. Otherwise, he's not going down. Right? Jai Opetaia, Marius Briedis, remember that first fight, Opetaia's jaw was broken, right? He didn't fold. Not only did he not fold, but he finished the fight and won the fight, and he got clipped with some heavy punches to that jaw. So you got to have a different mentality to feel the pain, but ignore the pain and keep pressing towards the mark. That's what makes Opetaia excellent as well, too. Not just his physical strengths and gifts and talent, but mentally, that man refuses to be defeated, at least from what we've seen so far, right? In his last fight, he fought Jackson, a guy who fought in the heavyweight division, right? A guy to that point who has never been stopped before, a guy to that point who, is as tough as they come, man. He fought heavyweight division. He fought Joe Parker, and Joe Parker didn't stop him. Joseph Parker has been on a tear in the recent year, right? And he's fought good opposition. So in that fight, Opetaia and Jack Massey, there was just levels, man. It was just levels. It was one of those masterful performances of Jai Opetaia because Massey took a beating. You know, he was bleeding, he was bloody. But on the other side, you look at Opetaia and it looked like he was just warming up and just getting started. You know what I'm saying? And it was just one of those fights where you got to see the full, complete package and you get to see, yo, this man continues to get better and better and better. He put a beating on Jack Massey. The speed was a factor. The volume and the variety of punches was a factor. The placement in the punches was a factor. It was another display of understanding why Jai Opetaia is the champion in the division, right? And again, as I said, you know, I would love to see him move up to the heavyweight division if he so chooses, because I think there's some great fights up there that we'd love to see him take. One noticeably that comes to mind is a fight with none other than Alexander Usyk. I think that would be a great fight as well, too. Does it happen? We'll see if it ever unfolds, but it's a great challenge. And for the viewers, man, we'd love to see it. But that's me getting ahead because Opetaia cannot overlook what is in front of him this week. So who wins? Before I give my pick on this fight, I have something real quick to share. You know, I'm always looking to bring more light, more value, more opportunities for the community. I've been working on a few different things in recent weeks to not just grow the channel, but as I said, to continue to provide as much value as I can to each of you in our community. With that being said, I got some exciting news to share. I'm happy to announce my partnership with BetStamp and Sign Up Expert. It's a great opportunity for you to join some of the best sports books to get the best odds and new user offer. All you have to do is head over to my dedicated page at signupexpert.com/the breakdown to explore a selection of sports books tailored to your region, each with its own unique offerings. So if you want to place a bet this weekend and on this fight and beyond, check out the link to find the best options for you in your region. Every sign up does support the channel and it helps the channel grow and to expand and to create more opportunities, not just for me, but for our community. You know, I'm always looking out for you guys as best as I can. You can easily find the link in the description below this videos and videos moving forward. So get down there and check it out and find the best option for you. Now, let's get back to the video. I like Jai Opetaia to win this fight by stoppage, man. I think the stoppage happens in under 6 rounds. While Nyika has the size advantage and the height advantage, man, I don't think he has the speed. I don't think he has the experience. I don't think he has the footwork, or will he take enough risk to work with to compete with the volume of punches that is going to come his way? Because against Jai Opetaia, you can't just swing without calculation. You got to take calculated risk, but you have to be careful because every time that you take that risk and you do not hit the target, Opetaia is going to make you pay, because he's an excellent counterpuncher as well too. You know, so there's more reasons for me to think Jai Opetaia is going to win this fight than there is for his opponent to win this fight in Nyika, man. I think it's Opetaia's time, and I think it's going to be a big year for him again, and I think he's going to showcase, I'm going to start this year off with a bang, and so I'm looking forward to seeing how this one unfolds. Now, of course, anything can happen, and we can't rule anything out, because Nyika could rise to the occasion and completely elevate himself to a different stratosphere. But it is going to be tough because of what we've seen so far from Opetaia. I like Jai Opetaia to win this fight by stoppage. So those are my thoughts. I would love to hear from you. How do you think this one goes? Who do you have winning? Let me know in the comment section below. So with all that being said, if you've been watching the video this time, do me a favor and like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. And we'll definitely see you next